What up, guys? Back with another video. For this video, I just wanted to talk about pride, because it's something I've been meditating on for these past couple of days, for this whole week. Yeah, the first verses I want to look at is Luke chapter 18, verses 9 through 14. And it's basically a parable of a Pharisee and a tax collector. And I'll just read it right here. Also, he spoke this parable to some who trusted in themselves that they were righteous and despised others. 2 men went up to the temple to pray, one a Pharisee and the other a tax collector. The Pharisee stood and prayed thus with himself, God, I thank you that I am not like other men, extortioners, unjust, adulterers, or even as this tax collector. I fast twice a week, I give tithes of all that I possess. And the tax collector, standing afar off, would not so much as raise his eyes to heaven, but beat his breast, saying, God be merciful to me, a sinner. I tell you, this man went down to his house justified rather than the other. For everyone who exalts himself will be humbled, and he who humbles himself will be exalted. And so, in this parable, we see pride and humility at work. So basically, the Pharisee is the prideful one, and the tax collector is the humble one. And why is the Pharisee prideful? Because he trusted himself, like it says in verse 9. It says he trusted himself, he trusted his works, that he was righteous. He thought that he was righteous because of all the things that he did. And that's why he's listing all the things that he does. He said, I do this, I do that. And therefore he thinks he's righteous because of those things that he does. But we see the tax collector, on the other hand, he's humble. He realizes that it's nothing that he can do, that he's at the core of the heart sinful. And so he's not going to trust himself in his works to make him righteous. And in verse 14, it says that the tax collector, the humble one, was justified rather than the Pharisee. And what does being justified mean? It means being declared right before God. And so basically, this tax collector who's humble and, seeing that he's a sinner at the core, he's justified. He's declared right before God, rather than the prideful man who's self-righteous and trusts his own works. And this applies to us too, because it's nothing that we do that gets us into heaven. It's none of our works that saves us. It's none of our works that justifies us and makes us righteous. It's through Christ. And that's humility. It takes humility to receive the gospel, because you're realizing that, I can't do it by myself. I need to be saved. And that it takes humility to receive that, and humility to acknowledge that you need Jesus. We all need Jesus. And so basically, we're justified by Christ. We're declared right before God because of Christ and his work on the cross, not our works. If you need verses about that, you could look at Romans chapter 5, 1 through 5, or that whole chapter in general, because 5:19 says that, through Christ we're made righteous. And so, yeah. Also, another verse that I want to bring up for this video is 2 Samuel 22. Let me see the verse. The verse is going to be 2 Samuel 22:28, and I'll read it right here. You will save the humble people, but your eyes are on the haughty, that you may bring them down. And so this verse connects to Luke chapter 18, because those who are humble realize they can't do it by themselves. They need a savior. But those who are prideful trust in themselves and think that they could do it all on their own. That's what I wanted to talk about for this video. And but yeah, I want to make more videos talking about humility, because I've been meditating on that for these past couple of days, and there's just a lot of things that really convicted me. But I'll probably make a part 2 talking about humility. But yeah, hopefully you enjoyed this video, and yeah, peace out.